Hello, and welcome to another episode of Scavenger Life. This is episode 498 at scavengerlife.com. Hello, Jay. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm glad you're excited. I'm going to talk about something I have no idea what I am talking about, even though I run an eBay business.
Okay.
With my partner, Ryan.
Yes.
Okay, My Cottage on the forum says that there is a new experience to put items up, a listing experience.
Okay.
Had you seen this?
The only thing I've seen new is sending people invoices.
Okay.
Sometimes, not always.
Well, here's what it says on eBay. This update combines the best features in our current program.
Okay. Best features.
Giving you a streamlined experience that's more consistent across all your devices. This means that wherever you list,
yes,
mobile, tablet, or desktop, you'll see a clean, unified look, and you'll have just one experience that can scale with your business.
Yes, because here's the complaint of a lot of eBayers, including me. You go to start a listing or do photos on a listing, add information on mobile. There's all this stuff missing.
Right.
You're like, well, what about my shipping info and my business policies?
Right.
Can't see any of those.
And I remember too, so I don't know anything about this.
Yeah.
I just don't. Okay.
I admit it.
But here's our experience. I remember we went to like some eBay event 2011.
Oh my God.
It was like in Philadelphia.
Literally 10 years ago.
And they were just coming out with the eBay app.
Yeah,
which we were
app.
all excited about.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, God, I remember when we were selling on eBay when, you'd be out in the world and we'd have to log in through
like the browser
and it was like a horrible experience. Anyway, we met the guys who were making the eBay app, and it was just like a group of like 10 guys that weren't eBay employees.
It was almost like a company, like a startup company.
Like eBay was, hired, which I guess makes sense, like
of course they did.
Like a separate company. So, that was the experience of, and then they're building something separate from eBay, and that's why mobile and the website. I mean, I'm sure, and so now it just sounds like they're trying to like get it all to work together. And we've talked about this too, where you'll be on eBay and you'll click on a link and it takes you to like eBay from 2005. Like it's a whole different fonts, different like layout.
Yep.
I hope they're cleaning all that stuff up. I've noticed that people on the forum have talked about there have been some times when they're trying to put stuff on eBay and it like glitches or something doesn't work. To me, that's a sign that they're trying to like work on the back end, trying to get it all to work together.
Something that happened this week that a couple people mentioned, and it happened to me and my helper, were drafts. We were having issues with drafts where you'd click on a draft that you made the other day and it's like, oops, something's wrong. And you could not access it at all, which sucked.
So I'm kind of a neutral guy on eBay. It's like, it's just a tool.
Yeah.
I want it to work because that's what our business is on. So I'm not hating on anyone, but it's good to see that they're hopefully trying to get everything working together where it's just kind of like one look, one experience. That's nice,
$1 billion company.
Right.
Make it happen. Come on.
Although I will say, I mean, that's quite a feat to, it's like a group of people in a conference room and the like boss person's like, all right, make all this work. But we also want the site to keep
working every moment of the day.
It's not like we're shutting the site down for 2 months and then you guys can show it to everybody. It's like,
just sandbox it.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's like some interesting.
Yeah,
it's good. I mean, eBay needs to, as much as people complain about all this stuff, if eBay doesn't, or any site doesn't continue to improve, then that would be the true sign of like eBay's gonna just die. And people have been. I mean, since we've been on eBay since 2008, people have been predicting how eBay is gonna fail. It's an
eBay killer. Yeah,
and I don't know. It keeps cracking.
Look, like I don't know if anyone noticed They probably did. Facebook Marketplace got a total. I think Facebook in total. I
don't know about this.
I know you don't look at Facebook because you want your life to be a sane, Zen-like place. But yeah, Facebook Marketplace looks totally different. I think it's I always think Facebook is yucky, like no matter what. So even if they made like more rounded edges, like things pop up on like a JavaScript window that's like, you know, the background fades and that's just like a pop-up window. I hate Facebook. I hate Facebook Marketplace. I'm literally selling something from Facebook Marketplace today.
But tell me real quick, I mean, it's just like cleaner.
Well, it's a little bit cleaner. It's a little bit like better, you know, user interface. But it just, to me, it's tough where I'm like, if I want to send this link to someone I'm chatting with, like, hey, I have this other thing you might be interested in. I'm like, where's the link for that? It's like hidden, you know. I hate it when sites. I was using Amazon on my phone the other day, and I couldn't find a share link. Mm-hmm. I'm like, what? Share? I need to text this to someone, you know.
I will say though, I mean, Facebook Marketplace seems to be one of these things that is becoming. Is a real thing. You know, there are these platforms where people sell on that I feel like they kind of come up and then they go away.
Right, sure. Right? I mean, Facebook is a behemoth in the world.
I feel like Facebook's here to stay, and and I hear people are like, I make a lot of money on Facebook Marketplace.
I think it's fine, and I use it, and they just opened shipping for me. Although the problem is they're like, the max you can ship a label with is a $20 label or something. And you're like, cool, this is going to cost more than $20 to ship. So
have we ever shipped anything on Facebook?
I shipped a couple things on Facebook that was like off of, you know, like we negotiated and they PayPal'd me and I shipped with like a shipping label so they could track it and they had buyer protection.
Okay.
I think I shipped 2 things like that, but basically, PayPal is your third-party protection for them and you.
Got it.
So I think Facebook's trying to break into that, which is smart. I had a few people, sorry if we're going totally off your topic here, but like I had a few people this week be like, oh, can you ship this? And I'm like, yeah, it's big and heavy and shipping to your location's like $50. And they're like, oh, forget it.
Yeah.
And you're like, cool, what?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it seems like it fills a good niche for selling bigger, you know, items that
locally.
Are hard to ship locally. And that's, unfortunately, I love Craigslist. I mean, that's what we rocked.
I love Craigslist.
Since, like, you know, a long, you know, whatever, early 2000s. But it's just kind of fallen.
It's a little bit clunky. Like, listing stuff on Facebook takes 1 second, and listing stuff on Craigslist, you have to go through like 5 different pages.
Craigslist just has so much spam.
So much spam. Any message you get, you're like, this is a fake person.
I still find good stuff. Anyway.
Yeah, we do.
So speaking of eBay improving, so Ryan, why don't you get on your computer?
Okay.
Let's do this
open
together.
This up.
I'm going to send you a link.
Okay.
So, you know, we do our numbers every week, and we talked about it recently, how, like, people are doing their numbers differently, and, like, where do you find all the numbers? And, you know, I do a very, like, simplistic way, just because I find that on eBay, it's hard to find, like, tell me what my numbers are. Like, how did I do this past week? And it's never been very easy. And they'll give you one picture. I'm like, yeah, but I don't want that information. So I found a link. It's ebay.com/sh/performance/sales.
Oh boy, what a link.
It's
the performance. So if you go into your Seller Hub, there's a performance tab. And it says new.
Right.
Because it's new. Okay.
But,
I'm looking at it.
But it's not actually the performance tab. It's, so if I if you click the link I sent you,
I did.
Will open it up. Okay.
You're like,
so it says, review your sales. This is kind of what I've been waiting for 12 years.
Look at that.
And this, I think, has to do with maybe how eBay is changing their back end.
This is good.
To make the front end kind of what you would expect in a modern 2021 like website. So you can choose your date. So like I chose this past week.
Right.
So where normally I would just get numbers by kind of clicking around my eBay account and just I'm kind of pulling this number and that number from different places. I can actually generate something that I'll just put right onto our blog.
And what's interesting too is like for me, what's interesting is that eBay always had this data.
Right.
They just never showed it to you in the right way.
So let's talk about our numbers.
Yeah, like look at these numbers.
Let's do this is great. Like so total sales for the week, and this includes shipping, taxes, just like all the money that came into our account. $1,936.
Yeah, so when you hover over this, it says includes item price, shipping, and handling. And taxes and government fees, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
So this is your gross.
Right.
This is everything that just came into your account.
So gross. Okay.
It's gross.
Then it has taxes and government fees. So $71.53. That was collected, by eBay. That does not, like, we don't touch that. That just
collected
goes
by seller or eBay.
That goes to the government to pay for schools and everything else. Okay.
Right.
Then next you have selling costs. This includes eBay fees, shipping label fees, and PayPal fees if applicable, but we don't really pay that anymore. And so those fees were $419.03.
So when they say shipping fees, they don't mean the shipping price.
Labels. Right. So that's just the cost.
Shipping label fees.
Cost, right. So
so that means when I buy a $10 shipping label.
Right.
Okay, I was going to say 20.
Because that's why, some people say in those total sales, that's why they like to include shipping, because for a lot of people, it's real income. So if I'm selling a $10 item, I charge $5 to ship.
Right.
But I actually buy a label for $2.
Right.
I'm making $3.
Label is only $2.
Whatever.
But okay, sure. It's going to be $3.65. Minimum.
Some people really rock that, where they're making, like, one person on a forum who sells big items is like, I'm often making $40 in shipping income because the person paid, I'm just like, okay.
Well now look, I do want to defend anyone who's making money on shipping, because if you are selling delicate, big, bulky items, you should have a handling fee. That is a lot. Like if you go to UPS and have them ship it.
Look, I'm not hating.
I'm just saying.
I'm not hating.
Just saying. Okay, go.
So, selling costs $419.03, and it even tells you right underneath. It's so great. It's 22.1% of our total sales. So that's interesting. So for the eBay fees and
shipping labels,
that's 22% of our sales. I mean, I'm like that's about what we've always all said. It's about 22%. Okay. And so our net sales, minus government fees, minus taxes, minus all the selling costs, our net profit, $1,409.80.
That's a good week.
Yeah.
I like that week.
I mean...
Well, see, I like this because honestly, as someone who's like, I don't want to look at the numbers, because I don't want to calculate it. Right. I don't have time to do that. Just popping over here and looking at last week is... And what's nice is you can pop over and look at last month, right? Yeah. You're like, what did I do last month?
You can... And before they had places where you could generate reports and you put in dates and then they'd be like, we will email this to you tomorrow. Or it just, this actually will generate. Email this to you tomorrow. I can type any date in here. I can do it for the month, for the week, for, whatever. You can compare it to a different, time period. It's nice. And it tells you if your business is up or down. I don't know. I feel like Amazon, when we were doing Amazon for a period of time, they always had a good, accounting
They have
page
reports,
that tells you this is how much that you made, these were your fees. It's just interesting to me that it's taken eBay this long to kind of make something like this. But, no hate. Good for you. And it has a section on selling costs, where it kind of breaks down your selling costs a little bit more, where, so our selling costs were $419.03, and eBay fees were $243. Shipping labels was $175. Yeah, so it's good.
Yeah, that's. I love this. This is really great.
I mean, the thing I fear about eBay is that they do these things. It's kind of, I don't know if there's a place where I can keep up with this stuff, and then I depend on this, and then it goes away or it changes again.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is good. Don't screw with this. This
is really good.
Yeah. Okay, so we just did our numbers, things we sold. So our highest item for us this week, we were selling some furniture. We sold a vintage chair for $300 on eBay.
On eBay, local pickup. And he is picking it up today.
Right. I mean,
like in moments. So we might even have to run out there.
It's Ryan keeps checking out our kitchen window. Yeah. I will tell you if he shows up. But it's nice. We demand payment up front, so he's already paid. And then there's that QR code, right?
Yeah,
Are you going to have him scan it?
Yeah, it's a QR code or just a number code if you can't get the QR code to work. Right. So I messaged him this morning hey, they gave you a code so that I can confirm delivery.
And that solves the problem that people were having a long time ago was well, this guy just picked this up. How do I mark how can I prove that he got it?
Right. And so I, obviously I can't see the code or know the code until he has his phone in front of me. So you're I was in person with this this person gave me this code. So that's the proof, which is, I love that so much.
We also sold a vase for $200, which I love. I would never imagine in my life ever buying a vase for $200, but people do.
Which vase was that? God,
it's it was like a
the metal. I was picturing a ceramic vase, and I was like, which one was that? It was this silver plate made in Italy by some super 80s 90s designer type thing, and I think I had it up for $399.
Yeah,
but $200 for a vase that I just had in a box somewhere. I'm I'll take it.
And then we sold a lot of $15 items.
A lot of $15 items.
So we actually sold 42 items, which for us is if we're doing 50 items a week, that's a good week for us, for a weird stuff we sell. That's a good amount.
I sold some weird books.
Yeah. And every time, we would get a sale, and Ryan would be just low dollar. I'm just well, that's what's in our store.
Well, look, I said that too. I said, if you don't want to sell $15 items, don't price things at $15. Right. But there's some things, weird books from some gallery opening in 2003, and you're just really?
Yeah, it's mainly just because what we're doing now is buying tables of stuff or boxes of stuff, and we're buying them because I'm those three things are good sales.
They'll pay for everything.
They'll pay for everything. We'll make a profit. And then there's all this other stuff, and I guess you could donate that other stuff, or you can.
There is some stuff that I donate or get rid of or recycle or whatever. Yeah. Broken things.
It's just tough.
It's tough, and I'm better about it now. If I see a quilted pressed glass thing that is made in China or whatever, I'm donate it. Unless it's a really cool design. Yeah. So I think we do pretty good on that stuff.
Customer issues. I won't go on about this. It's just, we continue to have, it's just very strange. I guess it's just the new world for some reason. Yeah. We had 3 or 4 people buy things. They give us offers, we accept, and then they're oh, I don't want this. I'm just all right.
So many of them, a handful. Or we never hear from them. They buy, somebody bought this little glass Art Deco sherbet dish, whatever, probably $15. Never heard from them.
Yeah.
Got relisted automatically. Whatever. Block them.
It's just strange. We did sell another chair, which I woke up at 4 a.m. and someone gave us a $200 offer on a chair that we've had for a long time, and I was accept. And then of course
they're in South Korea.
He's oh, can you ship this to me in South Korea?
Can you ship this to me in South Korea? Oh, guess what my answer is?
Yeah.
No.
Well,
actually, my answer was, if you have a ship forwarder in New Jersey or wherever, I can ship it to them.
Or I can give the chair to that person.
Yeah. So Never heard.
So that's going to be. It's one of those things that will just the unpaid item
relist it again.
We'll fix.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's. That's kind of it for this week. It's going to be kind of a quiet day for us.
We've been busy getting that cafe together. Right. Cafe's coming together.
Yeah. If anyone's interested in that, we're like 96% done.
96?
Yeah.
I would say 86% done.
Okay.
I have a list. I need to buy some bathroom mirrors. That's like a big one.
Yeah. The spaces, I mean, really, we could open almost any time.
We could almost open.
We're just kind of, we have some details, and then we're just waiting for this COVID. It's just so crazy. Just how, I don't know, here in Virginia, COVID is...
It's raging.
It's like worse than it's ever been.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's close.
Yeah.
We're excited. Like you said last week, sense of accomplishment for sure.
There is a scavenger who lives near us who also is a hospital employee. He's a nurse, I think. He sent me a link to our local hospital where you can sign up to get a vaccine. If you're in the groups that they're hitting right now, it's like essential people plus 65 or over. So he's like, if you belong to this, sign up. So wherever you are, find out from your local health department or your hospital to figure out if you're,
Because I know there are lots of people who listen to us who are retired and in the 65 plus.
Yeah. And
so please.
And I think it's all free. I know ours is free. I don't know if it's like free.
Man, it better be free. Come on now.
Yeah, it's good.
We ran into a couple friends / acquaintances / fellow business people on the Greenway that we walk every day yesterday, and they are over 65. And they were like, "We got the vaccine yesterday." Yeah. We all start like clapping and jumping. We're like, "Yeah,
that's good."
Okay, let's take calls. You can call our voicemail line. The phone number is 540-407-8486. You can leave a message 24 hours a day. You can also email us an audio file to our email, thescavengerlife@gmail.com.
Hi, so listen to this one. I sold an antique book press, this giant cast iron thing, to a lady a few states away. And now she wants to return it. Item not as described. I had to pay $80 to ship it to her on FedEx. But when I accepted the return, I couldn't print out a shipping label for her, which means she's going to have to buy her own return shipping label, and she's going to have to pay over-the-counter rates. When I shipped it to her, I got the eBay discount. So I called eBay about this, and apparently when you accept a return, they only let you buy return labels through USPS, and USPS only does up to 70 pounds. So because this thing is too big, she has to buy the label on her own, so I'm going to get stuck paying the full price rate. I tried to offer her a partial refund, and she just keeps the thing, but she didn't bite at that. So I think I'm going to get stuck with this. Do you guys have any ideas? Thank you so much.
Okay, yeah. That stinks. The only thing I can hope for you is that it's such a pain. I mean, if this thing's over 70 pounds, this thing's a behemoth, whatever it is. I don't know if it's cast iron or whatever. She's not going to want to pack that thing up and ship it.
So did he ship it FedEx?
Yeah.
Okay, so.
And got a discount on eBay for probably FedEx Ground or FedEx Home. Right. Probably FedEx Ground.
Yeah.
The thing that sucks is what he's saying is she's going to have to pack it up, bring it to a FedEx store because it's too heavy for USPS, and she's going to pay the over-the-counter price, and he's going to have to refund her.
Yeah. Yep.
So
that's the danger
I guess,
of selling big, heavy items.
That's really hard.
Like, it's great because you can find these items because other people don't want to deal with this hassle, but the hope is this is a rare problem. Okay, that was the only call we had this week, which is fine. I'm glad everyone's life is going well. I hope everyone is safe and sound. Yes, so as far as coffee goes, my favorite coffees is we have
10 coffees?
10 coffees. My favorite coffee these days has been Sumatran coffee.
I thought you didn't like Sumatran.
Oh, I don't know. It changes.
I don't know. Well, it is our Sumatran.
I think that's the thing. People are being very generous to us. They're talking to us about our coffees on our forum because they hear our podcast about eBay, but then they buy our coffees and now we talk about them together. And we're kind of learning together. It's interesting. Yes. So we have 10 coffees because I don't think people understand coffees taste different. You know, we have dark roasts.
Yes.
So if you want like a kind of a dark, rich, bold coffee, that I think is what a lot of people are accustomed to. It's when you buy it at the store because that's how they will do their coffees.
Mostly
is our Sumatran or espresso.
Yeah, so those are 2 dark roasts. Yeah. So the espresso is 2 different beans. It's Colombian and Honduran. But Sumatran is Sumatran beans from Sumatra.
Right.
So they're different beans.
Single origin.
Single origin,
right.
Yes.
And then there's a range.
Right.
Our southern split would be under that, where it's a darker roast.
But it's
not,
medium.
Right. But it's not dark.
It's not as dark as our espresso.
Right.
And I've been drinking Southern Split. We grabbed a bag of it, and I've been very much enjoying it.
And then what would you say is like our mediums?
So our mediums are Southern Split blend. I would say Guatemalan is medium. Costa Rican is on the edge. It's sort of like the edge of light. Right. Medium, like it's sort of like on that spectrum.
And then we have light coffees, lightly roasted coffee.
Right.
Burundi, Ethiopian.
Yeah. Costa Rican's on the edge. Right. I'd have to look at the list. But I love the Burundi. You were so funny. I saw a little bag of Burundi by our coffee maker, and you're like, if you don't want to drink Burundi, why are you bringing it home? I'm like, I love Burundi. It's like one of my favorites. Oh, Cameroon is a medium roast.
Right.
It's like sort of on the edge of medium dark. Also love Cameroon. I think it's delicious. So if you want coffee recommendations, if you're like, I'm not sure what kind of coffee I like, just message us because I will talk you through.
It's definitely one of the things, like if you go to broadporchcoffee.com, it is our partners. It's basically the original site that hasn't changed much.
Right.
We're not on it. It doesn't have a lot of the new things we have going on. But it does have all of our coffees. Yeah. It's one of our projects for this first part of
is to redo the site.
21 is to redo the site with our new bags.
We have new bags coming. We have new labels coming.
Yeah.
What we sell is 4-ounce samples, which are great for when you're like, I'm not sure what kind of coffee, but I want to try this, this, and this. So that's the best thing to do.
And it's cool. We just there was a guy who was like the first, basically, employee of the company.
Yes.
He was hired before
he is the first
we joined. And we've now brought him on full time as like designer,
manager,
trainer. He's like super cool.
He's amazing.
But having an in-house designer is huge. And the kind of stuff he's done so far has been really exciting. So
soon we'll have new bags, new labels.
So we appreciate it, all of you who do buy coffee because you drink coffee like we do for a living.
Basically drink coffee for a living.
Yeah, and
no joke. 2-pound bags every 2 weeks.
Try it out. Yeah. Right.
2-pound bags.
We rock the 2-pound bags for sure. Anyway, this podcast is ending.
3, 2, 1. Bye. Have a good week.